Hi, my name is Irini Bekhit. I'm the supervisor of the Guardianship Department in the Surrogate Court of Richmond County. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the guardianship process, specifically 17A guardianship. What you're about to watch is a series of links, and these links are meant to provide you information. The first, which you're watching right now, is just a general overview about the 4 total segments that you're going to be watching. The second segment is about alternatives to guardianship. The third segment is going actually through the paperwork that would have to be filled out, filed to the Surrogates Court of Richmond County. And the fourth segment is questions that we had often received during the live sessions. So we're going to try to give you the anticipated questions and answers as well. The purpose of these information sessions is to simply provide you information. We believe that the more information that you have, the better of a decision you can make as to what's the best course that your family can take. Over the past year or so, we have had the opportunity under Surrogate Matthew J. Tatone to meet and discuss a lot of different issues with families. We've streamlined the guardianship process in the Surrogates Court by changing the order of certain things to make sure that when you do file with us that we are the proper venue and that you are doing the right paperwork, you're meeting the right conditions, and you fully understand what you're about to embark on, because 17A guardianship is the strictest of all guardianships in the state of New York. So we want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, what the process is from A to Z, and that way you can be better equipped to handle and anticipate all the different steps. We actually started guardianship information sessions in December of 2019, and it was a result of a multitude of different avenues that we had explored. And we felt, again, the best thing that we can do for the families of Staten Island is to just make you informed. And once you're informed, you can decide what the best thing for your family is. And the purpose of this video right now is to make it as easy as possible for you to get that information, because unfortunately we're not doing information sessions at this time because of the COVID pandemic. And even before the COVID pandemic actually had occurred, we had a family member and one of my colleagues in the Surrogates Court had made a recommendation that we can't record this. And now, with everybody being stuck at home for the safety of everybody, we figured this would be a good time to do this. Just as a full disclosure, this video has not been sanctioned by OCA. This is something I'm doing on my own time and really meant to just guide you for information purposes only. I'm not giving you any legal advice whatsoever. If you would like to retain the advice of counsel, then you're more than welcome to retain one. But we're walking you through the process, which is what we would have done if you came physically down to the building. And we're just trying to make you as informed as possible. So, just so you have an overview of what you're going to be watching, like I said, this is just the basic overview right now. As you continue to watch the different links, you would have gotten the links in a particular email as well as documents that were attached to it. And those documents are as follows. You're going to see a terminology sheet that we also put together, because there might be references that I make to certain legal people or legal standards. If I use a word like petitioner, respondent, you can kind of just look it up. That way you see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And again, this is attached in the email along with the links. And then the second sheet over here is just application steps. Again, that way you know, here are the documents you're going to need to fill out. We're going to go over this in detail in video number 3. Here's our phone number to the Guardianship Department, and just about scheduling when you can come in, when you can sit down with us, and the hearing date. And if you have any questions, you can always kind of call us. The other thing is a cover letter. You're also getting a copy of that cover letter, which gives you a link to a New York courts.gov website that talks about just the guardianship process. And as a member of the public, not only do you have the option of filling out the forms on your own, but there's actually a DIY program, which is a program that populates. You fill in the pertinent information and it automatically populates the forms for you. And what you also are getting in the email is these mock 17A only forms. So these are forms that we filled out for you in plain English to kind of demonstrate where you have to put certain things and what you have to fill out. We're going to go over that also in the third video. And you also have a set of blank forms. These forms allow you to just type in the information. Once you're done with that, you can always just print it out, mail it into the court. So on our website, you'll be able to see that there's different forms and different avenues for you to pursue. If you go to the NewYorkCourts.gov website, if you just Google New York Surrogates Court forms, this will be one of the things that comes up. And here you will have the different guardianships. This is the DIY form. What I mentioned before, you can just click on that, or the PDF, or the Microsoft Word, or the WordPerfect. And you have various other forms that are available to you in case the issue ever comes up. So now you have an idea of what you're going to be watching. Again, it's going to be 4 different segments. The first is the general overview, which you're watching right now. The second is going to be alternatives to guardianship. The third is if you do decide that the 17A is the best avenue for you, we're going to go over the forms, which are right here. And then the fourth is the anticipated question segment. This is probably even better than the live. Why? Because if you get tired, you can just pause it, and then you can get back into it whenever you're ready. You can rewind, you can fast forward, you can look at the forms a little bit more. You can kind of take your time with it. And like I said, if you ever have any questions, you can always email us. I'll give you my email address right now. As a matter of fact, I'll write it for you on a nice big screen so you can take it all in. My court email is ibeckett@nycourts.gov, and I pretty much answer my email at all different points in time, but this is the best way to reach me. And our phone number in the Surrogates Court, which is written in the forms that you're also getting, is 718-675-8510. That's the line to the guardianship department. Okay, so here's the contact information, and let's get started.